Hey everyone, and welcome back. Let's continue talking about the alignment techniques. In this video, we will briefly cover the lean canvas method, opportunity canvas method, and working backwards method. Let's begin by talking about the lean canvas. The lean canvas is an adaptation of a business model canvas created by Ash Moira, entrepreneur and author. As you can see, several components have been replaced from the original business model canvas. At Lean Canvas, we see the following new components. Problem – a brief description of the most critical problems you are addressing. Solution for the problems you've identified. Key metrics or the important numbers that will indicate how your business is doing. And unfair advantage – something you or your team have that can be easily copied or purchased. The main idea behind the Lean Canvas was to make it entrepreneur-focused. It guides entrepreneurs as they navigate their way from ideation to building a successful startup. If you have already watched my lecture about the business model canvas, you're probably thinking, what's the difference between the Lean Canvas and the business model canvas? I find that Lean Canvas is effective for new products and startups, and Business Model Canvas works best for growing businesses and existing products. But that's my opinion, and I encourage you to test both canvases as you move forward with your career in product management and decide for yourself which canvas works best for your needs. Now let's move next. The third type of business canvas is the opportunity canvas, created by Jeff Patton, the author of the user story mapping, a widely known and valuable tool for software development. We'll be covering the user story mapping later on in the program. An opportunity canvas is helpful when you want to add the next important feature to the existing product. In addition, opportunity canvases are very handy for comparing and prioritizing multiple competing product features or directions. To choose the next product direction, you fill in canvases for different alternatives using the information you gather from your research about the market, competition, and users. You can start by creating multiple canvases if you have different competing product ideas you want to assess. Next, you prioritize the most promising directions. For high-stake and high-effort projects, you make this prioritization decision with your key product stakeholders. Also, please note that you can use any of the canvases in combination with impact mapping to create a 360-degree view of a business idea or product you are working on. And finally, let's briefly cover the last discovery, planning, and alignment technique. It is the working backwards method invented by Amazon. It is helpful to validate a new feature, product, or even a company.
Is the working backwards process optional? It sounds great, but it seems like a lot of work. Oh boy, how do we begin? The working backwards process should not be optional unless you know a better way. And you shouldn't know a better way until you've tried the working backwards process several times.
Working backwards is a pre-development method that implies that you start with defining who your customers are, the customer problem, the most important benefits of your solution, and what the end-to-end experience will look like. Then you create a working backwards document that includes press release, FAQ list, and solution visuals. The press release is a one-page document that clearly explains the customer problem, why existing alternatives fail, and how your solution will blow customers' mind. And that's where the name of the process comes from. As opposed to a traditional way of creating press releases to announce a major product update or new product release, you work backward and make the document in advance before writing down a single line of code. That way, you create alignment among your stakeholders and build shared understanding and confidence about the solution. The structure of the press release you create here resembles the structure of a document you would create announcing the product launch. Most likely you already saw the press release documents from different companies, since that's a common approach to announcing a new product release. Here are the main components of the press release: summary, problem, solution, customer experience, customer testimonials, and call to action. Once press release is created, you review the document with product stakeholders to make a go-no-go decision regarding an opportunity. In addition to the press release, you create customer testimonials to answer the most burning questions that your most skeptical colleagues or customers might have regarding your solution. And lastly, you include solution mockups. The fidelity of the mockups will depend on the maturity of your idea. You can include solution sketches or more detailed mockups together with a customer journey map to illustrate the end-to-end customer experience with the product. In addition to the mockups, it's a good idea to include a product roadmap with the scope of your minimum viable product and the metrics you plan to measure to understand if the project is successful or not. Finally, depending on your audience, you can include the information about the research and analysis that you did while preparing the working backwards document. Whenever you think how many insights you should include, please remember that the more senior your audience is, the more concise your document should be. Alright, there may be other methods to align around a product initiative. After joining a product team, speak to your colleagues or seniors or check with the company's product handbook to find out what process they use for opportunity discovery and validation. Then start familiarizing yourself with this process. And now, let's sum up what we've learned. Before jumping into the real product development work, we need to align with other product team members and stakeholders on our goals, what we want to achieve, and what possible risks we need to manage. Many techniques are available to do this, such as business model canvas that we've covered in the previous lecture, lean canvas, opportunity canvas, and working backwards method. The selection of a specific technique will depend on the level of your discovery effort. For example, whether you plan to create an entirely new business, a new product, or a feature for an existing product. Every product organization might have a specific procedure for assessing an opportunity. So, as a new team member, your job will be to make sure that you are aware of this process and start practicing it in your product work. Okay, that's it for now. And as always, I'll meet you in the following lectures.